Chapter 25. Name, Zach Powers. First things first, I didn't believe it for a heartbeat. The rumors were beyond nuts. Cap's in the hospital, he's in the morgue, he's in a persistent vegetative state, he's suffering from amnesia, he's upside down in a fish tank. I lost all respect for the intelligence level in this place. They should raffle off the Brooklyn Bridge at the next PTA fundraiser. I couldn't explain where Cap was, and frankly, I didn't care. Not only was my year in ruins, but my name was mud at C average. Me, Zach Powers. And it was all thanks to the case of the disappearing hairball. People were nuts on the subject. I don't think I heard a single conversation on any other topic. Teachers were complaining that their students couldn't focus on nothing else. I figured most of the kids were just bummed that the dance had been canceled. No, people were generally worried about that hippie. "What's the big deal?" I said for the upteenth time. "So he slipped back through the same time warp he dropped out of in the first place." Naomi cut me dead with a flamethrower glare. "You never liked him. You tried to make a fool of him." It was scary how much that girl hated me now. I used to think she was kind of hot for me. Maybe I misread the signs. "Yeah," I admitted, "so did you. So did the whole 8th grade. But then some of us saw the kind of person Cap was," Lena put in. "Some of us appreciated how he devoted his heart and soul to this school." "Heart and soul?" I exploded. "He held a funeral for a bird. He danced on the front lawn. He played senior citizen music. The Beatles and the other grandpa, Guitarfunkel or whatever his name is." "Garfunkel," Naomi corrected icily. "Simon and Garfunkel." "Listen," Lena told me. "Cap gave his life. He didn't..." But I was fighting a losing battle. If Lena believed it, it might as well have been the lead story on CNN. Cap put his all into C average, and for that he was struck down. If he wasn't dead, he was seriously messed up. "Just because you can't find someone doesn't mean he's at death's door," I argued, with at least 20 people. "I can't tell you exactly where Tom Cruise is either. That doesn't make him a corpse." Talk to the wall. 1,100 kids were absolutely convinced that the 8th grade president had come to tragedy, and it was all thanks to the football team, Derry Pennyfield, and me. I couldn't take 3 steps in the hall without getting a dirty look from somebody. Even 6th graders felt they had the right to scowl in my direction. Every time I came back to my locker room, there was a fresh insult scratched into the paint. Jerk, dope, or something else that had the same number of letters. Has everyone gone off the deep end?" I complained to Hugh in the cafeteria. "When the Garretts redid the kitchen, nobody saw Alicia for like 3 weeks. Not one person thought she was dead." "Yeah, but the whole school didn't watch Alicia Garrett being loaded into an ambulance," he pointed out. "And the biggest party of the year wasn't canceled right after that." I scowled at him. "Don't tell me you're about to join the chorus of mourners for our dear departed Sasquatch." "Of course not," he told me. "I think it's a load of hooey. But I can't say I'm surprised. If this school was full of geniuses, I'd have a lot more company on the chess team." It was the ultimate barometer of my plummeting status. The only person willing to eat lunch with me was Hugh. If I could track Cap down using hippie LoJack, I wouldn't know whether to haul him back or hide out with him. Part of me just wanted to disappear. "Hey, what's that?" Suddenly Hugh reached over and began rifling through my hair. I slapped his arm away. "Cut it out, man." "Look!" He plucked a small object from behind my ear and held it in front of me. A pea-sized blob of soggy, white paper. A spitball. I examined it, unbelieving. "That's impossible." He was disgusted. "Spitballs can travel both ways, you know. You don't have a force field around you." I stared at him, the target of more of my spitballs than anybody else put together. "I suppose you're waiting for an apology." "I'm just enjoying my front row seat at Payback Fest," he sneered. "Hey, you bring a lot of it on yourself," I accused. "It's my fault I get picked on. From the first day of kindergarten, everything about you screamed dweeb. Your clothes, your hobbies, your vocabulary." He scowled. "And you're perfect?" I told the truth. "My whole life? It's always been obvious what sports to play, what bands to listen to, what people to hang out with. It's as if I was born with a natural guidance system inside my head, showing me how to be cool." My brow clouded. "But Cap Anderson doesn't come with a book of instructions." Instead of gloating, he actually seemed to understand. For Hugh Winkleman, the whole planet didn't come with a book of instructions. He said, "Too bad you can't just start liking him." If he had smacked me with a brick, I couldn't have been more stunned. How could I have missed something so obvious? Hugh, that's it! I exclaimed. If we can't stop this hippie bandwagon, we'll have to find a way to jump on. Isn't it a little late for that? He challenged. Cat may not be dead, but he's definitely gone. We might be able to work that to our advantage. Come on. I strode out of the lunchroom and across the hall to the library. He wolfed down what was left of his sandwich and followed. I logged onto a computer, pounded the keyboard for a few moments, and swiveled the screen toward him. His eyes widened as he read. A tribute to Cap Anderson. Pay your respects to the best 8th grade president ever. Saturday, 7 p.m. The time of the Halloween dance. He never got to give us in the park. The time of the Halloween dance he never got to give us in the parking lot. Do not show any teachers. He tried to say something and began to choke on a mouthful of peanut butter and jelly. I pounded him on the back, cackling with glee. Zach Powers was down, but not out. Load the paper tray. We've got a lot of printing to do.